Nothing is true. Everything is permitted. Before I fully ingrained myself into the Soul series games, future video by the way, this series was my favorite. It's still an extremely close second, however. Whether I'm cosplaying at Fanime or at the Renaissance Fair, I'm an assassin. I mean, isn't it obvious? It's just fun to do. And well, it's a brotherhood, and it's a good conversation starter. I've completed all of the main series titles, which are the ones I'm ranking here. I haven't completed all the side ones, because frankly, those ones would all be at the bottom of the list. The one for Vita is not terrible, but it's still subpar. The one for PSP, not good, and the DS games are... no more pitter patter. Let's do this. The first one on the list is also the first one in the series. Yes, this game starts the series, and yes, it's the first one that sets the story going. It also feels like the first one in the set. The gameplay has not aged well. I bought this game actually first. I bought this game around when it came out, but I never played it. I started playing it, couldn't finish it. After playing Black Flag, which got me back into the series, this game did not The combat is wonky, the parkour is wonky, and it's hard to get through this game. I still love it for nostalgia reasons, but it has not aged well. Next we have Unity. This game's good now. I mean, it's still a glitch fest, but I like this game for what it is. The story is fun. The combat feels like Assassin's Creed 1 again, just more polished of what Assassin's Creed 1 was. But it's hard to get over the glitches, and the game overall, it never delivered on what you wanted. The cooperative missions just weren't fun, which sucks because my brother and I, we wanted to play this game in the cooperative. We tried, and Rogue. I will give this game credit for one thing: it tells the other side of the story, and a compelling one at that. That makes the Assassins feel like the first part of Assassin. But it still just feels like Black Flag light, and this game was a clear cash grab. It should have been a DLC, honestly. It feels like DLC, but they didn't charge full price, but it still didn't feel like even worth it. I think it was $40 when it came out. Not worth $40, maybe 20, 25, because the game's short. AC3, the stepping stones for what I did not know was going to be one of my favorite games of all time. We'll get there eventually. But Connor is just not a likable protagonist, and it's well documented the shortcomings of the main story. Rip Desmond, you had potential. It's just, the exploring in this game is fun. The world is fun in this game, but there's just some things that they take liberties in, being in America. The game didn't resonate well with me. It's fun for what it is. The graphics jump from Revelations to 3 was a big jump, but doesn't mean it looks great. One of the robes you can get is my favorite, actually, so there's that. I feel Revelations is actually pretty underrated. This game has probably actually one of the best opening cinematics of Ezio just whooping some serious Templar ass at the beginning. I love that scene. And this game also fixes something that I didn't mention when I was talking about Assassin's Creed 1. It gives Altair an accent, because the voice acting in 1, other than Altair, is great. But for some reason, I am Altair. I am the greatest assassin of all time. I will kill all of you. It's weird. And they gave him the accent in Revelations, which is great. Revelations is fun though. You feel like old Batman. You feel like Batman when he's getting toward Dark Knight. You feel like you're Dark Knight Batman, and just going around tearing face is fun. The game's fun, and the set piece is great in this game as well. I love the big cave setting. It's just cool, but still falls short of the games before it. Steampunk Assassin's Creed. This game is fun. I like this game. I like the traversal. I love the world. I love the weapons. I love the characters. It's just a fun game. I mean, Evie's Bay. Jacob's cool. I own Jacob's cloak. I actually bought his cloak from Mustard Brand. I love that thing. I wear it as a normal coat because it looks like a normal coat. This game came after Unity as well, and it was a welcome addition to the games after the crapshoot Unity was. Syndicate's good. A lot of people consider this one the best now. I will consider it probably the best to play. Like the controls and everything, it just feels flawless. But people give Black Flag crap for not being an Assassin's game. It eventually becomes an Assassin's game. Spoiler alert for a game that's 8 years old at this time. 8, 6, whatever. But Odyssey is really not an Assassin's Creed game. I mean, yes, it's the origins in per se of some of the aspects of them, but this is God of War meets Assassin's Creed. Nothing wrong with that. I love God of War. We're in the great territory, by the way, so just because this game is ranked only number 5 does not mean it's bad. This game is fan-friggin-tastic. I dumped a lot of time in this game, but for me personally, it's number 5. The game that put the series really on the map, introducing probably the best character overall in the entire series. I mean, we got the most games with him, and just he's the most established character we have. Lays the groundwork for the great combat system we were going to get. The combat still feels a little finicky in this one, especially going back and playing the Ezio collection and realizing what it was before. But this game's fantastic, sets the great trilogy going forward, and it's just great. But there's one game that upped its stakes. Brotherhood is probably the greatest pure assassin game. This game's perfect, honestly. I love this game. There's reasons why the next two are above it. I will say Assassin's Creed Brotherhood is definitely the best assassin game out of the entire series. Origins is my number 2 because, well, frankly, growing up, I loved Egyptian mythology. When I was a kid, we went to the Egyptian Museum exhibit in downtown San Jose, and from there on, I was hooked. Yu-Gi-Oh came out. I loved Yu-Gi-Oh, so I was always obsessed with Egyptian mythology. And this game came out, and I got to be in Egypt. Whew. I dove in with the Final Fantasy tie-in. I got the Chocobo camel. What's not to love? Origins is just, I love that game. It's going into worlds I've always wanted to explore in ancient times. Granted, it's not the peak times. Things are still ruined. It was fantastic, and it had a smile on my face the entire time, except when you went to places you're not supposed to go to yet and getting riggedy frickin' wrecked. But this game's my number 2, which means you know my number 1 is. Black Flag, the game that made me fall in love with the series. I had just finished playing Red Dead Redemption, and I was like, I got my cowboy simulator. I am very happy now. You know what game we need? We need a pirate simulator. And literally like 2 days later, the trailer for this game came out. I went, oh snap, sweet. Pre-ordered it, waited for it to come out. It was my launch title on my PS4. I did not know the ride I was in for. Holy shnikes, man. You got to be a pirate. Yes, you're not an assassin until the end of the game, but living as Edward Kenway on the 7 seas, the perfect ship combat, perfect exploration, the combat tuned to a key, the story, everything about this game is perfect. And I can go on and on about this game, but I'll save you the trouble. I love this game. It deserves to be my number 1, and that's that. So thank you for checking out the video for my Assassin's Creed rankings. This video didn't have a script. I kind of wanted to keep it a little more raw, be a little true to the heart, kind of come up on the spot. I love these games. I loved all these games, even with the flaws. I had fun playing every single one of these, minus the last fight in the original Assassin's Creed game. I just ran in circles and kept throwing knives when I had the chance. I hated that fight. So comment below, let me know, what's your order? What's your favorite Assassin's Creed game and why? I mean, like I said, I love all of them. Some people hate some of these games. Some people hate Black Flag because, like I said, it's not an Assassin's Creed game, but get over it. If you'd like to see me get more in depth with some of these games, instead of just being the raw format, actually take my time and review it fully, let me know. Let me know which ones you'd like me to do that to as well. But other than that, Click up here to check out my cover of December from Collective Soul. It's my favorite song of all time. Please check it out. I am very proud of that video. Click up here to see the video YouTube picked out for you. If you'd be so kind, click right here to subscribe to my channel. Ring that bell to be notified of my future videos. Until then, name's David, but you can call me FenriRock. Death to all Templars.